Hey, what's up, guys? It's Saturday, December 21st. We're just 4 days away from Christmas Day. We've got 2 NFL games today on Saturday, and we have 12 NBA games. If you guys want to get into some NFL picks, that video is already out. We'll have that attached at the end. But we've got 4 picks for you for today's NBA slate too. And it's kind of nice. The games aren't starting super early today for NBA, so we can get through the NFL games and then get into some NBA later tonight. So yeah, a quick recap. The last NBA video we put out, I had taken Tyrese Maxey over 35.5 PRA. He did not get that done. He only went for 33. But the 2-man that I made ended up getting refunded because Jimmy Butler played like very briefly and then left the game and didn't return, they said, due to illness. So he went for 2 PRA, but that ended up getting refunded. I felt pretty good about that, but maybe I got lucky because Maxey came close but did not hit his PRA. But how'd your plays do, Jordy?
Yeah, I went 1-1. I had Donovan Mitchell over 24 points. I liked the 23.5 line, but he ended up going for 27, so we cashed that one. And then Lou Dort, I took him over 5.5 rebounds and assists, and I was talking about how he never really scores that much, and he always does the rebound and assisting. He decided to go for only 1 rebound, no assists, and 14 points. So I did not cash that one, thanks to Lou Dort being weird today, or yesterday.
Well, thanks, Dort. Thanks for that, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
he had to humble me real quick.
We have 4 plays for today, though. Yeah, the NBA, man, I'm still waiting for it to just get a little bit more consistent. Like, I'm so over this whole situation with like all these rest days for these guys. Like, the league has become so soft.
Yeah.
And it's just the competitive nature of the NBA has just taken a real dive this year. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but in my opinion, it's just like every other day, stud players who're supposed to be the best in the league are just, it's like they barely roll their ankle a little bit or something, and they're gonna, it's just all of our favorite players are missing 2-3 games a week, like 2 games a week minimum. And so makes it hard for DFS to call here. So hopefully we get a little bit of consistency. And I don't know. I mean, the NBA's ratings are down pretty bad right now. Like, I think people are just kind of, I don't know, it's lost its fierceness, but hopefully things turn around. There are some teams that look great, like the Knicks have been a lot of fun this year. Celtics looking consistent. Like, I'm not saying that that's everybody, but there's something about the NBA this year that hasn't been as competitive, it seems. But hopefully things start to click here. NBA Cup's over. Teams are going to have to start paying attention if they're going to be making a race this year, to the playoffs. So hopefully that starts today. So let's talk about the plays we're going to be taking. I'm going to be going with Amir Coffey over 12 PRA. He's been getting back in action, so I like this. We're getting this while it's low. So 12 flat on Prize Picks. It's like 12.5 on some of these other platforms like Underdog and better, but I still like it. And then Cade Cunningham, I'm taking his rebounds and assists. We're getting it at 15 flat on Prize Picks. It's at 15.5 on some platforms. And then I believe it was, let me just see, Better does not have his rebounds and assists. So I'm taking the full PRA over 38.5. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to be going with Trae Young over 14.5 rebounds and assists. I'd like this if it's going to get bumped to 15, I imagine, because it's like super juice right now. So I do like this at 15 or 14.5 for Trae. And then I'm taking Jarrett Allen for over his first half PRA at 12.5. If you can't get the first half PRA on some platforms, I think like the only one I'm struggling to find it on is like Better. So you could just go with his full PRA if you'd like, but this first half PRA at 12.5 is really what I want. So yeah, that's gonna be my 2.
All right. Well, before I get into breaking down these plays, just want to shout out our partners at Underdog, Parlay Play, and Better. Use code BACKDOOR on any of those platforms, and they're all going to hook you up. I won't go through everything, but they all have their welcoming, package that they give you. If you use our code BACKDOOR, if you use it with Parlay Play on top of everything they're going to give you, we're going to give you a month in our premium Discord as well. Just make sure you use code BACKDOOR and email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com. And if you for sure use the code, you got to make sure double check you're putting that code in and that will activate the free month in the Discord. And they update us every morning with the list. And if you're not on the list, I don't know. I'm sorry, but just double check. Be very careful about it. Just make sure you're putting in the code when you're making your first deposit, and we'll hook you up. But yeah, 100% deposit match on parlay play and a $5 promo slip. Better is going to give you a $200 deposit match and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. Underdog is going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. Also, if you guys want to sign up for Sleeper, they're still running the and one promo, which is you make any slip you want for NBA only on Sleeper. And up to $20, they will give you a protected play the next day for the same amount. They won't give you a protected play higher than $20, but you make a play today, NBA only, the next day they give you a protected play for that same amount, up to $20, that you can use on football, basketball, whatever you want. So yeah, take advantage of it. You could probably, I think that right after it's locked in, they throw that protected play in your slip. So it probably at midnight, if you did it today, you could have it in time for tomorrow for NFL if you wanted to make a mixer or anything. But for Sleeper, just use code BACKDOORFS. It's the same as our normal code, BACKDOOR. Just throw the FS on the end there for fantasy sports. And they're going to give you a 100% deposit match up to $100 as well. All right, well, let's start breaking down these plays. So who do I got up here first? Cade Cunningham. So yeah, I love the rebounds and assists. He's clearly been getting this done at a great clip. 15 of his last 20 games, 75% clip, and he's actually 15 of his last 17 games. So the first 3 that he missed in this 20-game stretch were actually at the top of this breakdown. So of his last 17 games, he's hit this 15 times. So pretty awesome there. The matchup is like a little bit tough for assists, but super soft with rebounding. 29th in rebounds allowed, 6th in assists allowed. If you can't get the rebounds and assists, I like this rebounds and assists at 15 and a half. 16, I'm still not afraid of it, but I would probably start seeing what the PRA is looking like once we get to 16. But he's obviously super capable of going over this. I mean, like, if you look at his last 5 games, I mean, yeah, like he's got that one against Boston, which last time he played Boston, he went for 23. And then the time before the most recent. And then this most recent one just turned into absolute blowout, and they couldn't bring it back. This game back here on December 4th, it was actually, they were down by like 18 at the half, and they totally rallied and they made this game competitive. And Cade just went absolutely nuts on every category, but on that comeback. But yeah, if you look at that, like that game with the comeback there, 23 RA, and then you've got 25 RA against the Knicks, 16 against Boston again, and then 29 against Miami. So he's due for another big game, and I think this matchup against the Suns should be solid. Let me just double check here. Let's check injury report. Yeah, so Booker is ruled out of this game, so I think that they'll have an opportunity to keep this a little bit closer than if Booker was playing. So let's take a look at the over-under real quick. This is the last game of the night. 224.5 over-under. Suns favored by just 6. So they're expecting this to be relatively competitive. I like this for a bounce-back game for Cade. If you want to take his full PRA, I really like this too at 38.5. In fact, you might prefer that. He just went for 33 points against Utah, and that's one of the games that he missed the RA line, going for just 11 rebounds and assists because he was scoring like crazy. The matchup's soft for scoring too. 25th in points allowed to point guards, 29th in rebounds allowed, and 6th in assists allowed. I just think that getting this rebounds and assists at 15 flat on Prize Picks is too good to pass up. Like I said, I like it at 15.5 as well. But if we're starting to look at like 16, I might just want to go with the PRA because if the PRA gets bumped to like 39.5, 40, then you have a decision to make. But if you're still getting that PRA at 38.5, but the rebounds and assists is like bumped up to like 16, like I would go the PRA personally. So if we take a look at his minutes, they're always consistent. He's averaging 37.1 minutes per game over this 5-game stretch, 3.6 fouls per game, and he fouled out of that last game. And that sucks because that was a close game. Yeah, fouled out and still ended with 33 points. Dude was just going nuts. But yeah, and if you did take the full PRA, you can see of this 5-game stretch, that game against Boston, he wasn't that far off from hitting this PRA line too. He still went for 34 PRA. So he's just been absolutely balling. I think he's a real candidate for most improved player of the year because he looks great. Here's a little note from Outlier. 8 of his last 10 games, he's exceeded this PRA. So we can take a look at that here. So it looks pretty solid. You could go the PRA, you could go the rebounds and assists. I like them both. So go with your gut. But like I said, 15 flat. I just can't pass that up for the rebounds and assists. Over this 10-game stretch, he's averaging 11.3 rebound chances per game and 19.4 potential assists. We know this guy is one of the best facilitators in the league, hands down, like maybe the best. So yeah, I love this play. If we take a look at daily grind for this, their favorite play is the Cade Cunningham, Kevin Durant 3-point combo at 4.5. Doesn't sound bad to me either. 53.11% odds to hit the over. And then they love his points assists at 31.5, 52.79% odds to hit the over. And there's that rebounds and assists at 15, 52.53% odds to hit the over, -130. And man, BetMGM has this at 14.5. That's a great deal. Everyone else has it at 15.5 already, so I'll take that 15 on Prize Picks. They like his blocks and steals to go over. I don't think they like the PRA. Yeah, free throws are 50% on the money, odds to hit, but let me put this on all real quick. Where's the PRA? Yeah, they just barely have the PRA favor to go under. It's at a 50.69% odds to hit the under, -121. So I kind of I disagree clearly. I'm saying I like the 38.5, especially with Booker out. I think that this game will be closer than you would think. So I'm guessing that Ryan Dunn will be on Cade. So tough defense. He's a rookie of ours out in Phoenix, and he's usually just an assignment guy. So he goes after like whoever it can be most disruptive on the other team. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the assignment on Cade tonight because he's a great defender. But Cade has really taken a step, so it doesn't really scare me off that PRA. I like him to still go over that 38.5, but again, I'll take the rebounds and assists at 15 all day. All right, let's take a look at Amir Coffey, who's been really getting back in action lately. Been pretty consistent, and I've always liked this guy. He's relatively like he's kind of actually a bigger small forward. Not like super crazy athletic, but I think he's just kind of been underrated, and he's getting more opportunities lately. His matchup is pretty decent. 11th in points allowed, 13th in rebounds allowed, and 25th in assists allowed. I'm just taking the full PRA because it's just so cheap at 12 flat. He's gone over this. Let's see here. That's 6 out of his last 7 games, and then that game against Denver, he just barely missed it. And that's the PRA at 12 flat. He went for 11 still in that game, but he just played Dallas, and he went for 16 points and 3 rebounds. No assists, but at 12, I'm not gonna stress that. I think he could clear this on points alone. So you can see his minutes have been improving lately. But even if he's in that mid-20s mark, I like him to go over this tonight. He just played just under 25 minutes in that last game, and still went for 19 PRA. So yeah, let's take a look at this note from Outlier. Oh yeah, so they're just talking about this 5-game stretch. So over this last 5-game stretch against this is specifically against bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, and we know this is a soft matchup for assists. Yeah, he's averaging 19 PRA against teams that are in the bottom 10 for assists allowed. So feeling good about this play. Let me go real quick back to just his last 5. And so averaging 27.8 minutes a game, just 2 fouls, not getting in foul trouble, shooting 64% from the field on 8.8 attempts per game, shooting 50% from beyond the arc, averaging 2.4 made threes a game, 4.6 rebound chances, and 2.2 potential assists. So it's looking good to me. I'm pretty excited to be able to get this at just 12 flat. If we take a look at, they love his blocks and steals. That does look great at 0.5. He's a pretty solid defender. 52.7% odds to hit the over. If you'd rather take that, they have it at a -133. Everyone has that one pretty juiced, -130 or higher. They like his points rebounds at 10.5. You can take that if you want. That it's, you get a point and a half discount there by taking the assists off of there, but I'm just going to go full PRA here at 12. 50.39%, especially because this matchup is super juicy for assists allowed. So that's why I like the full PRA there. But yeah, 50.39% odds to hit the over, -120. And yeah, I'm surprised there's some platforms. BetMGM has this at 11.5. I would love to get that. But I'll take 12. I would take 12.5. So yeah, go with your gut. There's plenty of options here. Any of these that you like. They also think he's good to get at least one turnover. So if you guys want to check out Outlier, this app, you can try it for free. They're just going to hook up all of our viewers. You don't need to put in a code. Just go through the link down below and sign up. And you're going to get a week to just test it out before you have to make any commitments. So go ahead and check it out. They cover all these different statistical categories. You can really dial into the details. You can take players like in and out of the equation. If you know a guy is going to be out, you can just like take that player out of the equation and see what the player you're looking at does when that other player is out of the game. You can go head to head. My favorite thing is probably the matchups. I just love being able to see like where the juice is at, because sometimes they'll show you overall. So this is actually pretty consistent in this case. The overall categories are similar to what we're getting at the small forward position, but sometimes you can find a sweet spot positionally. It'll be like kind of all red overall, be somewhat tough defense, then you'll go to one position and it's just like super green. So you can look for soft spots there, advantages. They also are really good about injury reports, and then they have this insights tab that just shows you plays that they like. They like this. They're suggesting this PRA for Amir Coffey over 12.5. So we're getting it at 12. But yeah, and then they'll give you a little note as to why they like it, and then they'll point you in the direction of where you can get that play, and you can just click the button and it'll take you straight to that platform. They're all connected with all these platforms, so it's really sweet. Go try it out for free, and yeah, I'll pass it over to Jordy.
All right, sweet. So to get into mine here, I've got Trae Young for this rebounds assists. It did get bumped to 15 because it was a -135 to go over the 14.5. So I'm not gonna let that scare me away from taking it at 15, right, guys? That's just how I feel about it. So yeah, 15. Obviously, he's pushed this once, and either it's that or he's going over 15, because he hasn't really gone for 15 more than once this year, or he's either hitting 15 or going over it. So I think he can clear this line. Sure, it's a little bit of a tough matchup. The last time he played them, he had 18 in RA. He went for 13 assists, 5 rebounds. So if you don't like the bump, you could always take the assists at just 11. But I like the rebounds too, because he went for 5 rebounds last time. So and he does that quite often. He can go for 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds. So I'm not scared of the rebounds at all. Actually, that's why I want them in there. So tougher matchup. 18th in rebounds allowed, 3rd in assists, but this is Trae Young, one of the better assisters in the game. So yeah, he's just a great facilitator, and that's kind of the role he slipped into now. It's not like they're wanting him to put up, obviously they'd love it, but his role is not putting up 30 bombs every single night anymore. He can still do that. Obviously, you can see right here, he's gone for 30 points a lot this year, but it seems like he's just like got really comfortable being a facilitator, which is awesome for them because he's one of the best at it. So he's hit this 17 out of 27 games, pushed it once at 15. So I still like it. I'm going to be taking it over. Like I said, it was just a -135 at 14.5. So obviously that 15 line would have been awesome to get it at, but I do like it to go over 15 as well. So just a little bit of a higher chance for a push at 15 flat, but I like this. I'm not going to get scared and go away from it at just 15. So that's going to be my first play. My second play is going to be Jarrett Allen, first half PRA. This dude's been a monster this year, obviously. He's hit this 19 out of 28 games. this is super low. 12.5 is awesome. This is a great line to get this at. He's a great first half player. Sometimes he really slows down badly in the second half. That's why I really like the first half here. His full PRA is at 24.5. Like I said, he hasn't hit this as much, only 15 out of 28 games, because he slows down a lot in the second half. So if you can, find this first half PRA. That's what I'm liking today. So he's hit this in all 5 head-to-heads against them. They're playing against Philly, and Philly's pretty banged up right now. No Embiid tonight, and no Jared McCain. Caleb Martin's a game-time decision. But yeah, I mean, it's just no Embiid. You know, they've got some decent backups. They've got obviously Drummond and Gershon, but you know, those guys aren't that great of defenders. So Jarrett Allen is just super hard to deal with. He's athletic, he's super long, so I like this to go over. We have a little note here also on his first half PRA. He's hit this in 8 out of 10 games at home, so you can see here he's on an 8 out of 10 game stretch at home, so great matchup for him. You know, I like this a lot. The matchup, it's a little tough. 11th in points allowed, 7th in rebounds, 8th in assists allowed, but Jarrett Allen's a beast, so I'm not really scared of this. He gets 15.9 minutes in the first half at home, and you know, if you look at 2024, he's averaging about 16 minutes in the first half, so that's plenty of time for him to get this done. Usually they'll like bring him in for a lot of the first quarter, they'll sit him, bring him in for a little bit of the second, and then they take him out again, and then they let him finish like the last 6 or 7 minutes of the second half. So he usually is great at closing out that second half. So that's why I like this, because I know his minute share in the second half. I'm very comfortable with this play. It's one of my favorite first halves to take. So just a comfort pick for me. I like this one a lot. 12.5 is super low. It's been up at like 14, 15 and a half. So to get this at 12.5 is a steal of a deal. So yeah, 19 out of 28 games this year. Loving this play. I'm going to be taking this over for sure. So yeah, that's going to be my 2 plays. Kind of short and sweet tonight, or today, this morning. Yeah, I'm going to just keep it simple. So that's going to be my 2 plays. If you guys want to check out this optimizer from Daily Grind, it's awesome. As you can see, I pulled up Trae Young here. They like his points rebounds at 25.5 as a minus 150. I'm sure that's already been bumped. If we refresh this, yeah. So his top play right now is the assists at 11, minus 135. So if you like the assists, like I said, it looks good too. So yeah, that's the cool thing with the optimizer, right? Is it shows you the odds, and it shows you all the odds makers, all the indicators you want to see. The odds to hit indicator, this nice big yellow button right here, is showing you that it has a 53.83% chance to go over. I know that doesn't sound great, but in the sports fantasy world, I'll put it that way, it is a great indicator to have at a 53% chance, because that's pretty generous odds. So yeah, the top play today is Evan Mobley under 20.5 points assists. It's a 56.67% chance to minus 153. And I probably think that's because Jarrett Allen's going to hit his first half fantasy score, or his PRA. So they're just like, you know, Evan Mobley's not going to do anything, so it'll be all Jarrett Allen today. That's my narrative. So that's the cool thing about the optimizer, is it shows you all these juiced up plays. So you can take a look at some of these, but go check it out for yourself. Use code BACKDOOR at Daily Grind, dgfantasy.com, and you will get a 25% off discount for your first purchase. So you can lock that in for as long as you'd like too. So it's a really good deal. If you want to check out Chalkboard, definitely go check them out. They're another DFS platform, just like Prize Picks and Underdog, but they have really cool multipliers that you can mess with. So you could take a play and bump it up a couple times, or you could bump it down and make it an easier play to hit. And they'll give you really generous multipliers over there. I've actually bumped plays down and gotten like a pretty solid multiplier on them too. So if you want to check that out, they run like 6 specials a day. So if you like playing Taco Tuesday, you can play that every day over there. And it's a really fun platform to play on. So go check them out. Use code BACKDOOR to get a 100% match up to $100 and a free play to help you cash your first slip. So that's going to cover it all for me today. I'll pass it back to Russo.
All right. Well, if you guys want to come join our Discord, you can take advantage of that parlay play promo, and we will get you a month in here. And if you want to just sign right up, you just sign up through the Patreon link below. We have a killer community, and we all work together. One of my favorite things is to build out second half slips with everybody. And obviously, we have some heavy hitters in here that are pretty awesome as far as like finding really good value. Everything from like 2-mans to like I've got my guys in here who love going for the 6-man YOLO slips like I do. But yeah, come join us. Just sign up through Patreon or take advantage of that parlay play promo. But if you just want to sign up through Patreon, that manages our subscriptions. So sign up there, go into the settings on Patreon. There's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and you can log right in from there. And if you want to follow us on our socials, it's just at BackdoorFS. That's the handle on X, TikTok, Instagram. We also have our personal socials down below if you guys want to follow us. But yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We already have our NFL picks video out. That'll be tagged at the end of this video if you guys want to jump on that. By the time this gets out, it might be close to that first game kicking off, but we've got plays for the late game too if you guys want to mix and match. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Good luck, guys.